Hey guys, Rinji here, once again bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And today we have something that's of a lesser known, at least in the English sphere of influence when it comes to VTubers. We're gonna be talking about Aurora Live VR, a Chinese company that's a big dog, you could call it, among Chinese companies, and especially on Bilibili. I think they classify as one of the top 3 biggest ones. They have a lot of VTubers under their wing, and lately they've been expanding into English language, and they also had auditions open lately. And this is what we're going to be talking about today, as there have been a few people coming out in an anonymous and less anonymous fashion talking about some of their hiring practices and what may be happening behind the scenes in the company. So let's get right into that with Aurora Live VR's official announcement for a new VTuber branch. Aurora Live VR VTuber audition now open. We are looking for a VTuber debut as Live 2D model Zombie Demon. Apply. Link in the form. This is followed by an account on Twitter called V Auditions, which lists information about various VTuber auditions happening all around the VTuber scene. And this account has posted the following warning people about this company's hiring practices. So let's get a look into that. Attention, beware. I used to be a part of this company, but I left before contract agreements were fully confirmed / signed, and I can say for that the management in this company was messy. At the time, there was only one member who was the middle ground between us, the auditioned and past talents, and the company management, artists, CEO, etc. And communication was practically impossible sometimes. This middle ground member was later terminated around 1 month after her debut due to controversy regarding her personal account in which she was scamming people. The company would also tell us talents vague information on what to do for our debut, and when we asked for further clarification / detail, they would take days and even weeks to reply. They also wanted us to debut with Twitch accounts that were already paid to already have followers, and when some of us raised our voice for concern, as I personally think that stating with an account that already has a mass following, was usually 1.5 to 4k followers pre-debut, was unfair and unethical. They just told us it was part of our contract, which it was, and there was nothing we could do to change that. This led to me and a few others leaving. They also don't seem to pay attention to their EN talents as much, with one of their main management apparently stating that their original Chinese / China branch is able to keep more of their earnings as they have been streaming for longer, 1 to 2 years, which checks out considering how long Aurora Live VR has been around. And that in our pre-debut EN members' current position, you would not only have to earn 100 to 200 US dollars per first 2 months of debut. Amount varied of model type. They had the rankings of models such as A, S, SSR. I had an A tier model and which had make $100 as a minor, which they were aware with, which this is very weird, as later on it seems that the contracts do state that you cannot be hired at this company if you're a minor. So how this was actually allowed and if this actually happened is all up in the air. That's why all of this is alleged, but still an interesting thing to talk about. Let's continue on, but we would have to give it all to the company, which is, all fairness, was equal since we had to pay back for our models, but I wish the company would have given us a month or 2 of a bit of a lenience since we're just debuting, and because of that very lack of promotion we got, excluding the prepaid followers, we had a very small community and it would be hard for us to earn such money. Mind you, this is what the middleman member had told us, all of us, and it was written in the contract, and we started out concerns. It was ignored and never addressed. Could be due to miscommunication, but this went on for weeks. All I can say is if you want to company that has an amazing models, but you don't mind earning a lot, having VTubing as a hobby / side job, then audition, but just be warned that the company's management is messy, and the communication is pretty much impossible, so I suggest you wouldn't personally suggest going for them. And weirdly enough, this large company on their Twitter account actually decided to reply to this account, which didn't actually get that much attention initially, and even with this reply, it didn't get that much traction. But they replied anyway, which seems quite weird and, in some regards, unprofessional. But let's see what they said. It is true that we were losing talents due to disinformation and slander, but we respect that the talent does not want to be affected. The mosaic is to protect the personal information of the talent, because the dialogue is absolutely real. One day people will find out the truth. This doesn't really refute what they said, though. Can you show the contract verbiage that shows they're spreading lies and the contract says something different? For legal obligation, protect talent's privacy. We can't directly show the contract, but we welcome everyone who pass audition to read our contract carefully and guarantee the slur is a lie. In fact, if the rumors are true, wouldn't sign in the first place. Doesn't make sense. And let's read what they actually replied with. There are people who left the company telling others not to audition. They are posting on Twitter telling people we are a black company, linking to accounts saying that. I am not sure what to do about it, but the old virtual anchors of the company will talk badly about us even if they never debuted. Virtual anchor is the term they use for the talents, by the way. It hurts the reputation of the other talents who are not to blame. Also, whoever wins the audition for Zombie Demon needs to be a really good person. This purple model, Fuse used to use this model. One day she stopped replying to everyone and left without paying fees to the contract. This purple model was Puski. Mao Ayuko was someone who never debuted. She changed her mind because her life got too busy and she asked to leave the contract without fee. She got to leave because she gave us her design. More linking of that. She wanted Ichigo and told her that she has to audition to get Ichigo. Now she's talking badly. She never signed with us. Why is she talking badly? Thank you for telling us. We will keep follow up to this. One on the other hand, the influence is limited now. The best way to really respond is to produce really good VTubers and events so that people can tell by themselves what Aurora Live VR is, how amazing our talents are, and we're working on this. So again, thank you for telling us. We will be really careful and strict during our audition operation. We appreciate your efforts to protect talents, and that's what we're doing too, but if you take only one side of the story, the truth will be covered up. If there's anyone who's been maligned by rumors, welcome to the audition. Form the Avengers with us. Incredibly weird way of responding to any of these allegations. More info about ALVR, and then the VTuber Auditions account presented more stuff. A little heads up, ALVR is shady as fuck. I was there right in the middle when all the EN management was breached and everyone got fired. The EN talents then got the choice to leave or stay, literally saying that the CN managers will care for them, but the English branch will effectively not have any managers anymore, and you are pretty much on your own. That is why everyone left. I mean everyone except for 1 to 2 people. Seeing people 1-2 still leave now shows that the situation is still not stable enough for any talent. They also have their golden children. Those get promoted, the rest not so much. The communication during the time the EN branch was still alive was miserable. I cried myself to sleep one night. But as far as I know, that person got fired. At least that is what they told me back then, which would be corroborating the account of that previous person, saying that the middleman, which was also a talent, got fired. The fact that they now showed Pew's name so openly in the messages too is shady. Protecting their talents but calling out their ex-talents like this. Pew's left during the same downfall of the EN branch, just like everyone else. I still have the document where they announced the EN branch suspension. And then Aurora Live VR responds again. When you try to do something well, there will always be people full of malice who will try to thwart and discredit you. I hope all those who are going through the same situation will not be beaten down. Old friends may betray you, but truth and justice will not betray you. It's a very Chunibyo way of responding to everything surrounding this whole case. But let's read what they included in that message. It's so hard to respond to defamation. If the Ian branch is disbanded, who are we going? Who are we doing audition videos now? Ghosts? The Ian branch now has not only video editors, agents, artists, but also added events planning team. And now zombie videos will be uploaded the day after tomorrow. We expose people who are not signed and slender, but we do not expose any information about our talents. Since you are an old employee, then you know that Ian branch went through a difficult time. At that time, our first consideration was the development of talents, so we explained the situation to everyone and gave them full freedom to decide where to stay or go. Even the most difficult of times, we put our talents first and always be honest. That document you mentioned was never made public because the EN bench survived the difficult period. We are not only increased personal and capital investment, but also have group meetings every week to confirm the new models auditions, resource input for talents who have stayed with us. Thanks for stick with us. We love you. This sense of unity makes us all the EN staff so look forward to dedicate to our talents. We know who you are since you have document never made public, but we are not going to expose you. Although we don't know why you hate Aurora so much, maybe you never thought EN would make it through and going better. The impossibility of shared benefits may drive you crazy, but we hope you can focus on your own life and make yourself better, just like we focus on our projects and our talents. And that was the end of it, but it wasn't really the end of it. Why? Because all of these messages, everything I read to you from Aurora Live VR's Twitter account has been since deleted. All of it. And I can probably understand why. This is a really bad PR move, even if they're quote-unquote defending themselves and their talents and their whole branch. The way they responded to it is in some ways kind of childish, kind of infantile. Instead of, you know, making a whole statement about it, they decided to just kind of throw some people under the bus at the same time. But you know, all of this is alleged. Pretty much a who she said situation. So whoever you believe is kind of up to you. I bet there's a lot of information about this to uncover. So before you actually plan to audition to a group like this, to an agency like this, do your own research as well. But all of this seems incredibly out of left field and not something a professional VTuber agency should be up to, especially nowadays as VTuber agencies are getting better and better in handling themselves and handling their talents. This doesn't inspire confidence in their business, I can tell you that much. But for right now, this is everything. Hope to see you on the next one.